Hello, today we're going to be looking at JAMB 2024 Physics Past Questions and Answers. So we're going to be solving JAMB 2024 Physics Past Questions. So let's get started. Now, number one, which of the following quantities is a vector quantity? Now, A says pressure, B says speed, C says momentum, D says energy. You know that a vector quantity is any quantity that have magnitude and direction. Magnitude is like the value, the number, and it also has direction. Like if you just say 20 and you say 20 degrees north, which one has direction? You agree with me that the one we say 20 degrees north has direction, while the one we just say 20 does not have direction. The one that have magnitude and direction is called a vector quantity, while the one that just have magnitude without direction, that one is said to be a scalar quantity. Now, if you look at pressure, pressure is just force over area. That's pressure. Speed is just distance over time. If I say your speed is 20 meters, where are you running to? We don't know the direction, so it does not have direction. Pressure does not have direction. Momentum is force times velocity, right? Momentum here, momentum here is our answer. Momentum here is a vector quantity. Momentum is a vector quantity, right? Because it has both magnitude, a value, and a direction. That's momentum. Now, number two, a body of mass 4 kilogram accelerates at 3 meter per second square. What is the force on it? What is the force on it? So now, in this case, in this equation, we're given the mass as 4 kilogram, and we're given acceleration as this, and we are asked to calculate the force on it. And you agree with me that force is equal to what? Force is just mass times acceleration. Sorry, I'm using my hand on my mouse. I couldn't go to class to use the screen, so you manage with me. So force is equal to mass times acceleration. You just substitute. Since we are given mass and we're given acceleration, it's just to say 4 times 3, because mass times acceleration. So force is 4 times 3, which is what? Which is 12 newtons. All right, moving on. Number 3, a car moves 20 meters in 4 seconds. What is the average speed? A car moves 20 meters in 4 seconds. What is the average speed? Average speed is just distance covered over time taken. Distance over time. So 20 divided by 4, which will give us 5 meters per second. That's the answer. Now, the upward force experienced by an object in a fluid is called that upward force experienced in a fluid. If you put something in water, that upward force is called what? It's called upthrust. So upthrust is the answer. Please take note of all these things because you can see it on your own day. These are the past questions. Which of the following is a characteristic of a sound wave? Which of the following is a characteristic of a sound wave? A says it is transverse, B says it requires a medium, it travels at. The answer is actually B. It requires a medium. Sound wave requires a material medium. It cannot travel in vacuum, right? Now, number 6, which device converts AC to DC? Which device converts AC to DC? Is it a transformer? Is it a rectifier? Is it a capacitor? Is it an inductor? The answer is rectifier. Converts an AC current to DC. Now, number 7, the SI unit of electric current is dash. The SI unit of electric current is electric charge, is coulombs. Current is ampere. Potential difference is volts. Ohm resistance. So coulomb is the correct answer there. Next one, a wave has a frequency of 200 Hz and wavelength 0.5 meters. Find its speed. Find its speed. Now, you should know this formula. Speed or velocity of light is equal to of a wave is equal to f lambda, right? So the velocity is equal to frequency times wavelength. Now, in this case, we have to calculate the velocity, that is the speed here. So you just say the frequency times the wavelength. So if you do frequency, if you're asked if you want to find the speed now, you are given an equation. A wave has a frequency of 200 hertz and wavelength of 0.5 meters. Find its speed. So the speed is equal to 200 times 0.5. So that should give you 100, right? Please confirm that. Seems something is wrong with that, but confirm. All right, next question. Which of the following is not an electromagnetic wave? Which of the following is not an electromagnetic wave? They've repeated this question several times. Is it X-rays? Is it gamma rays? Is it sound waves? Is it microwaves? The one that is not an electromagnetic wave there is obviously sound waves. The rest are electromagnetic waves. The process of heat transfer in a vacuum is dash. The process of heat transfer in a vacuum is dash. Is it conduction? Is it convection? Is it radiation? Is it evaporation? The answer is radiation. Radiation does not require a material medium. Conduction takes place in solid. Convection and then radiation takes place without in vacuum, right? Now, the next one, the charge on an electron is dash. The charge on an electron is this. Please take note of the negative sign. Minus 1.6 times 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Number 12, the instrument used to measure humidity is dash. People mistake this a lot. Please, the instrument used to measure humidity or relative humidity is hygrometer. The one with G. The one with G. So hygrometer is the one that is used to measure humidity. Now, number 13, a stone is thrown upwards with a speed of 10 meters per second. How long will it take before reaching the ground? Now, I want you to check something here. They say a stone is thrown upwards. If the stone is thrown upwards, it means it's going against gravity. With a speed, we're given the speed as 10 meters per second. How long will it return? If you check your laws of motion, which of the three laws of motion, I made a video on that, so you can go to this channel and check. I made a video on all the laws of motion, so go and learn that. But if you check, we can use the first law of motion. Since they say a stone is thrown upwards, and anytime a body is thrown upwards, it means the final velocity v will be equal to 0, right? V will be equal to 0 with a speed of, meaning the initial velocity u, we're given the initial velocity u to be equal to 10, and now we were asked to calculate the time. They say how long will it return? So you are looking at the time it will reach the maximum height and time it will return back to the ground. All right, there are two ways you can solve this. You can use your formula of time of flight, total time of flight, or use acceleration. Sorry, you use a equal to the first. You use the first equation of motion. And what is the first equation of motion? The first equation of motion we can use, sorry, let me erase this. We can use V equal to U now minus GT. Notice that in this equation of motion here, I'm using minus here because the body was thrown upwards. It's going against gravity, so I use minus. Then G, because you're looking at motion under gravity. If you don't understand this, please go to my channel. I made a video on this and I explained very well, so look at it very well. Now we just substitute. V here is 0, I put 0 equal to U was given as 10 minus G is 10, that's acceleration due to gravity, that is 10t. Now we just make t the subject of the formula, and if you make t the subject of the formula here, you agree with me that t will be equal to 1, right? Make it the subject of the formula, you see that will be the answer, 1. So time to reach maximum height is 1, and you know the time to reach maximum height is same thing as the time to return back to the ground. So the time, how long before it returns, is actually 1 plus 1, which is 2. Take note, because most persons will fail this one. The time now to return to the ground is time it takes to reach maximum height and time it takes to come back, right? So you just say 1 plus 1, which is 2 seconds. If you don't understand this, I already made a video on this, so go and check this channel. Number 14, an object at rest has dash. A says zero momentum, B says maximum kinetic energy, C says constant acceleration, D says unknown velocity. This question is a bonus question. An object at rest has zero momentum. Zero momentum. All right. The SI unit of pressure is, from the option here, the answer is Pascal. A transformer has 200 tons on the primary and 50 on the secondary. It is a dash. So if a transformer has 200 tons on the primary and 50 on the secondary, what kind of transformer is that? Is it a step down transformer? Is it a step up transformer? Is it an auto transformer or an induction coil? Now let me give you a cheat. If it has more turns on primary, then it is a step down transformer. That is, if it has more turns on the primary, then it is a step down transformer. Then if it has more turns on the secondary, it is a step up. More turns on the secondary is a step up. So now look at this. They say a transformer has 200 turns on the primary and 50 on the secondary. So you see this one have more turns on the primary. So what will it be? Since you have more turns on the primary, it is a step down transformer. Please use that cheat always. It works always. If the transformer has more turns on the primary, it is a step down transformer. If it has more turns on the secondary, it is a step up transformer. Always use that cheat. All right, number 17. This is 2024 physics past question. If you don't subscribe to my channel, click on the subscribe button and subscribe. Yesterday we did 2024 biology past question, JAMB past question. If you missed that one and you're writing biology, check this channel, you also see it. It is there. All right. Now number 17, a convex lens forms a real image when the object is placed dash. A convex lens forms a real image when the object is placed dash. All right, I think I will make a video on lens and all the calculation, but the answer to this question is A. All right, F there represents focal length. The reason a needle floats on water is because of dash. The reason a needle floats on water is because of dash. The answer from the option here is surface tension. Surface tension is like forming an elastic skin. If you place a tissue paper on water and allow it to be static, like the water is not moving, then you place a needle on it, the tissue will dissolve and the needle will continue to float on that water, except you shake the bucket again. That is surface tension formed on the water. Number 19, we are making progress. A body of weight 10 Newton is lifted 5 meters. What is the work done? Work is force times distance. You are giving force here. They say a body of weight 10 Newton is lifted 5 meters, right? What is the work done? All right. So the work done is just 10 times 5, right? Because this represents the force and this represents the distance. So 10 times 5 will give us 50, and that becomes our answer here, option C. Number 20. Which law states that pressure in a fluid is transmitted equally in all directions? Which law states that pressure in a fluid is transmitted equally in all directions? The answer is Pascal's law. Pascal's law talks about, that's why that's one of the units of pressure, Pascal. All right. In fact, the options, they made it so obvious because boys did not talk about that. Archimedes talking about obstacles. Charles did not talk about that. So the answer is Pascal. A resistor of 3 ohms is connected with one of 6 ohms in parallel. The equivalent resistance is dash. Now, resistors connected in parallel, what do you do if the resistors are connected in parallel? What will be your answer? All right, so you just do your calculation. Equivalent resistance R will be equal to this over the first one. Sorry, I'm not using my board today, so just manage the screen. So if you solve this, anything you get, that becomes your answer. That's, you use this when you are looking at if it's connected in parallel. All right, so moving on. Number 22, the speed of light in vacuum is dash. Speed of light in vacuum is 3 times 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. Number 23, a machine has an efficiency of 80%. If 500 joule is supplied, useful output is dash. All you need to do is calculate 80% of 500. 80% of 500, that's 80 over 100 times 500. That will give you this. That will give you this. Right? Number 24, a material that allows electrons to flow is a dash. Any material that allows electrons or currents to flow through it is a conductor. It's a conductor. Please be taking note of all these things. Number 25, the energy possessed by a moving body is dash. The energy possessed by a moving body. This thing is too simple now. Kinetic energy, energy of motion. Number 26, a sound wave has frequency of 1000 hertz and speed 3300 meter per second. Find its wavelength. Find its wavelength. So they said a sound wave has frequency of this and speed of this. Find its wavelength. I gave that formula before. V equals this, right? Now we're asked to find the wavelength. So wavelength now, lambda becomes V over F, right? V over F. V over F. And V was given as what? That's the velocity, the speed was given as 330. Next time I'm going to use my screen, like the board screen that I can write on. I'm not comfortable writing with my mouse. Alright, so divide by the frequency 1000. So 330 divided by 1000 will give us what? 0.33. So 0.33 becomes the answer to that question. Next question, the splitting of white light into its component colors is dash. The answer is dispersion of light. Dispersion of light is the splitting of light into its component colors, right? Now, a cell has EMF, electromotive force of 12 volts, and internal resistance 2 ohms. If the external load is 4 ohms, the current is dash. Now, EMF, EMF, EMF is equal to, use the formula, can use I in brackets capital R plus small r. So you can use this formula. You just substitute and you get your answer. They say a cell of E has EMF 12 volts. So EM here becomes 12 equals I stands for current. Current is what you have to find into external resistance was given as 4 and internal resistance was given as 2. So that will be 4 plus 2, which is what? 6, right? 6. So you just make I here, that's current, the subject of the formula. You make current the subject of the formula. That would give you 12 divided by 6, right? And 12 divided by 6 is 2. So 2 ampere becomes the answer. Next question. A body floats if dash. A body floats if dash. A, density is greater than water. If the density is greater than water, will it float? B says density is less than water. C says density is equal to water if it is magnetic. The answer is obviously B, if the density is less than that of water. Number 30, we're almost done with 2024 past question. The pitch of sound depends on dash. The pitch of sound depends on dash. A says amplitude, B frequency, C wavelength, D speed. The answer is frequency. Which of the following is used to reduce friction? Is it grease? Is it rough surface? Is it heavy mass? Is it sand? Rough surface will even increase the friction. Sand will even increase the friction, but grease will reduce friction. So grease is the answer. Number 32. A radioactive element emits a particle with mass number 4 and charge plus 2. This is dash. A radioactive element emits a particle with mass number 4 and charge plus 2. This is dash. So which of the particles will have a mass number of 4 and charge of plus 2? Is it alpha particle, beta particle, gamma, or proton? Now, I summarize it here for you already. Alpha particle has mass number of 4 and charge of plus 2. Right? Now, beta particle has mass number of 0 and charge of -1 or +1, while gamma ray has mass number of 0 and charge of 0. Proton has mass number of 1 and charge of +1. So alpha particle that has mass number of 4 and charge of +2 becomes our answer. So the question says a radioactive element emits a particle with mass number 4 and charge of +2. This is alpha particle. Please write down this thing I said. You can pause the video and write it down. Alpha particle, you write the property. Beta particle, you write the property. Gamma particle, you write the property. Because you always see it in nuclear physics. Number 33. Which of the following is a renewable source of energy? Which of the following is a renewable source of energy? A. Coal, B. Petroleum, C. Solar, D. Natural gas. The answer is solar. Renewable source of energy is like a natural source of energy that is replenished more than it is used. Right? Alright. The solar is the answer. Sun. Sun, you cannot hear that sun has finished. The acceleration due to gravity on Earth is approximately, this one is too simple, 9.8 meter per second square. But most times we approximate it and use 10 meter per second square. Number 35, 5 more questions to go. Hope you've subscribed to my channel. If you've not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and subscribe. Number 35, a capacitor stores dash. A capacitor stores charge. Number 36, when light passes from air into water, it dash. You know, air is passing from light is passing from one medium to another medium, air to water. So what will happen? Slows down. Number 36, a fuse works on the principle of dash. A fuse, you know, fuse they use in electrical appliances. It works on the principle of high resistance and melting. That's the answer. Number 38, a neutral atom becomes positively charged by dash. So if an atom is neutral, it becomes positively charged by dash. Losing electrons becomes the answer. If an atom loses electron, it will be positive charge, like the metals. Metals, they lose electron, they ionize by losing electrons. That's the answer. 39, second to the last question. Sound cannot travel through dash. Sound cannot travel through vacuum. Before we take the last question, if you're not on my JAMB 2026 WhatsApp group, DM me on WhatsApp. I'm going to add you up. My number is 09068394581. We have brainstorming there every day on the group chat. Even today, we'll be having brainstorming there. So if you're not on that group chat, DM me on WhatsApp. I'm going to add you up. My number again is 09068394581. All right. The last question now. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button. If not, this might be the last time you're seeing my video popping out. But if you subscribe, once I post a video, YouTube will always notify you. Number 40, a device used to measure electric current is dash. A says rheostat, B says galvanometer, C is voltmeter, D ammeter. Drop your answer in the comment section. Drop your answer in the comment section. See you in my next video. My name is Excellence Simplified.